Alright, welcome to my video. This video is going to be all about money. Money, money, money. Money trees is the perfect place for shade, and that's just how I feel. It's 1:45, Saturday, the 8th. And I hate to admit it, but money is something that rules everybody's life. It rules my life. It rules most people's life. There's only a couple people out there, I feel like, that are able to truly escape financial stress. That being probably making enough money that you never have to make money again, which is kind of unheard of because no matter what, like our society's constantly like evolving and growing, and there's a million ways to go out and make money. But it's tough because everything in life costs money. You go to the store, you buy groceries, it's money. You want something fixed on your house, it's money. You want to buy a vehicle, it costs money. Groceries, money. That kind of loops in with the store. Technology, anything that you want to do, like drones, cameras, iPhones, a subscription to a phone plan, you guys get it. We're living in a money-centric world where money is a god. People worship money. People sell their souls to money. People work every goddamn day, every day, for 60 years, 50 years, 40 years, 30 years for a retirement plan in order to have some sort of financial freedom when they die or when they're older, maybe pass on a legacy to their children. Entrepreneurs, I mean, it's no different. I could go out and do 10 jobs. And what am I chasing? I'm chasing money. I'm doing the work. Money's not working for me. So that's kind of the struggle is like you could be an entrepreneur, and until you get to the point where that money's generating self-efficiently, which it takes capital to do that, whether it's real estate, um, whether it's some sort of company that you hire a bunch of people and they kind of run themselves, convenience stores, smoke shop. um, I mean, there's a million ways to make money work for you where you don't really have to do anything, but you're still consumed by that business. I mean, for me, I don't know for other small business owners how it works for them, but for me, money is something that, I'm constantly stressed about. Not because I don't necessarily have enough money. There's been times where I haven't had enough money. Right now, thank God, I've been busy, I've been working, I've been able to pretty much create a livelihood for myself out of nothing, which I thank the universe and God for providing me that because, without that, I would be slaving away. And I was slaving away, and I've experienced slaving away, but what defines slaving away? Well, it's allowing somebody else to define how much you're worth. How much you're worth is really what fucking cat. If somebody else is deciding how much you're worth, then you're slaving away to it. If you're working all the time and not experiencing things you enjoy, you're slaving away to it. Since the beginning of time, there's been some sort of currency that's dictated what we do. Whether it's trade, which trade 100% like barter and trade system, solid. What was happening though is I need to want what you have and you need to want what I have or the service I'm offering in order for that trade to happen. If I don't have something that you want and you don't have something I want, then there's no business to be done between us, which is phenomenal. Like that's great. Like that worked out for a time. But then we got to a point where we needed to quantify what we were dealing with. The barter system was pretty much prehistoric. It's worked out in communities, smaller communities, etc. But barter system was, I have this stick and I want to trade it for that stick. And we'd trade sticks and that was an equal exchange. Or I'm going to build your log cabin and in turn I want 50 hides of coyote. Great, that works. But at some point we needed to quantify something and have it maintain value so that there was a common denominator when it came to trade and exchange. So what happened? This is kind of like the rundown of money, and I just kind of typed this up. commodity money happened. That was around 3000 BCE. So that was the first form of money. So that was things of value. Once we started moving away from, okay, it was still kind of barter and trade, but it was like, if I have grain, livestock, etc., I can trade that for gold, silver, etc. So we started kind of like giving certain things intrinsic value, and that value was a common denominator. So if I trade 3 livestock for 2 ounces of gold, then that was like okay, this is like starting to make sense. We're starting to quantify something, and figure out an exact measurement that could be a common denominator for continued transactions. So down the road, we make an exchange again. We know, okay, this is roughly worth this. I mean, it varies when services are involved. So I offer a service, I do contracting. My service is what I'm providing to a customer. That's who I am, my ability to complete a project. And at the end of the day, there's no negotiating my service. My service is my service. With a good, with like these AirPods, I could be like, well, it takes X amount to create these AirPods. It costs $25 to make these AirPods. In labor, it costs XYZ, but you're mass producing it. So instead of paying $200 for these AirPods, I want to pay $150. Now, mind you, you're not going to haggle AirPod company down unless you're a big distributor that's purchasing AirPods in bulk. And then you can negotiate that. But if you're that big distributor and you want to hire somebody to build the distribution plant, that's a service. You can shop. You can, like, I was just talking to somebody about this earlier. They asked me, well, and it was family, and they called me and they were like, well, is $350 too much to install a vanity, rip out the old vanity, install a new vanity, and labor? It's only going to take them 2 hours. And my response to that was like, well, no. They're setting their price, and that's how much it's worth for them to come do that. And beyond that, you don't have to hire them. You don't have to employ them. You could employ somebody else. But at the end of the day, that's a service. So we started needing to quantify. I got to get back on track. Quantify money. Then we moved to metal coins, and that was around 600 BCE. So we were at 3000 BCEs when we first kind of started realizing, okay, let's start. This was the first form of a transaction where it was kind of quantified with precious metals, livestock, etc., grain. Then we moved to money. Is something that continues to come up in my life. It's kind of like this weird relationship that I have with it, because at one side of the token, I really value money. I think that there's benefits of earning a lot of money and saving your money, but then there's this weird mentality that I'm going to get into about this ebb and flow of a currency that's just kind of energetically entwined with other things that we do in our life, right? So money, you're a slave to money. I'm still a slave to money. There's very few people that can actually break through the slavery of money and of worshiping money, idolizing money, constantly working and sacrificing our lives to earn some sort of fictitious piece of paper that we give value, which, by the way, we'll get into. There's no backing to our money anymore. This is after the Great Depression, 1930s. We pretty much devaluize money and stop backing it by gold in order to print more money to what's the word for it? Stimulate our economy. Prior to that, we were all backed by gold, which is great. But right now, our money is as much as we give value to it. It's money at the end of the day. We're still able to exchange it for services, goods. It still has some sort of value because we believe in it. But like I'm going to get into it. I mean, it's been quite the evolution. We started off with a barter system, right? Back in the early days of the world. We bartered, and bartering was awesome. It definitely provided there was less, I feel like, stress about money, I imagine, because people were able to provide services, goods in exchange for other services and goods, and there wasn't too much stress involving, okay, this is how much a house costs, this is how much debt I'm in, this is how much, like, there was less quantifying. It was more just like, this is what I have to offer, and I can offer it to you for XYZ. And it worked out for some time, but then I think people started realizing, okay, we need to quantify our transactions. So we need to figure out exactly how much money or how much like one thing is worth. How much is my computer worth? How much is my cow worth? What is worth, because there was no consistency in trade. So people would be, all over the place with their negotiations, because at the end of the day it was person to person. So if I convince you that my negotiation is a good one, you're going to take it, and it could be, and it's still kind of that way, but it's different because we have a quantified set amount for specific things. So the one downfall of it was I had to have something you wanted and you had to have something that I wanted. And in order for that to happen, if I didn't have something you want and you don't have something I want, then there was no business to be made. Which is arguably, it's not stimulating. It's not going to grow civilization. So we decided, okay, at some point around 3000 BCE, we decided, okay, we need to start quantifying money. And that was in like early Mesopotamia. We started trading grain, cattle, valuable goods for other valuable goods, and that was like the currency, or services. But that was the currency. So we started kind of getting there. We were like, okay, these are the things that are most valuable in our life: gold, silver, grain, cattle, pretty much, like food and like gold. And we're going to start trading this, and there's going to be some sort of consistency. So if I go and buy 2 cows from you for 2 ounces of gold, then in the future, that's kind of like a set standard. Mind you, there was a lot of independent variables. I'm sure there was all sorts of chaos that ensued after that. And it was kind of a natural evolution. Like, there was never like, okay, we're going to start doing this. People just kind of started assigning value to things. And that was when we started coming up with, okay, maybe we need to do a currency. So the Lydians were the first people to mint a coin. And they were early Turkish settlers, I believe. Let me just double check. I want to fact check that because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. Yes, modern day Turkey, but they were Lydians. They lived in modern day Turkey. That was around 600 BC. And they were gold and silver coins, and pretty much everybody started using those. So it's like 5 coins for a piece of bread. Except I don't know the exact, but that was kind of where that started. And then so that was gold. That was a tangible metal that was weighed, and you could use a scale and figure out its weight and its density. And I mean, I'm sure there was counterfeiters back then. I mean, there's counterfeiters now. It's a little bit different because we've moved to paper money. But that was like a tangible thing. Like, oh, the shiny golden object is worth money. And this is how we trade now. We don't have to trade our cattle for grain in order to get some silver from this guy, because this guy wants silver and this guy wants grain in payment and this guy wants cattle. Now we have a consistent currency. And that was kind of the first known minted coin. And then paper money came around, and that was the Tang Dynasty. That was in China. Chinese started using paper money. And yeah, the Tang Dynasty started it. And initially, once again, this paper money is backed by the government. It always starts off that way. Like the United States, we started using paper money, but we backed it with gold. We used different coins. There's silver half dollars, etc. I mean, we've gotten rid of a lot of the coins. We have pennies, dimes, nickels, quarters. We got dollar coins that look like they're gold, but I don't think they're gold. I'd have to fact check that. But pretty much, yeah, that was kind of the start of the paper money. Was in the Chinese civilization, Tang Dynasty, between 600 and 900 BCE. Or no, 900 CE, I apologize. And then fiat currency is what we deal with now, and now that's definitely been developed over the past couple hundred years. Where am I going with this? I guess it's just a natural evolution of quantifying something, labor, etc. Like, you work for me, I pay you half a silver dollar, and that's how much your labor is worth. So this is when we really started deciding, okay, this is the value of this is the value of that, this is how much a service should cost. And that's kind of the evolution of it. We've had different small societies that have bartered and traded. But at the end of the day, money is now a paper bill. We have a bunch of it. There's a bunch of money floating around, and the only thing that's backing it is our belief in it at this point in time. There's all sorts of people that are going around saying, okay, cryptocurrency is the new way, invest your money in gold, invest your money in silver. I mean, at the end of the day, whatever you choose to believe in as like a valuable currency is what you're going to assign value to it. Right now, we assign value to the American dollar. It's pretty much international. There's some countries that have tried to move away from recognizing it, but it's no doubt the most powerful currency in the world right now. We spend our entire lives working and working and working for somebody else to dictate how much we're worth. It's crazy because I literally had read something, and I don't know where, I think it was a book or something like that. It said, assign your hourly value to something that's 100 times what you're making right now. Like if I'm making $25 an hour, I'm going to assign my value in my head to $1,000 an hour. I'm worth $1,000 an hour. Why? Because that's my service. That's my belief. I don't charge people $1,000 an hour, so don't misinterpret it. But if you assign yourself a higher value, you're going to ultimately believe that you're more valuable than if you're just like, yeah, I'm worth this. I'm settled for this. This is how much I'm worth. And I'm going to slave away every day of my fucking life for this money so that I can get a pension, a 401k when I retire. It's absurd to me. I've never been employable, and that's perhaps why I'm self-employed. I can't take shit from people. When I'm going to work for, in my head, pennies on the dollar, and somebody gives me shit about something, I can't take it. I don't like it. I had a boss that constantly used to call me retarded and this and that, shit on me all the time. And I worked for fucking $16 an hour, which to some people might be a lot, some people not so much anymore, especially in the economy today. But I worked, it was almost damn near impossible to live off that money. I mean, I've worked multiple jobs like that. Finally, at some point, I said, I call it quits. I'm going to be self-employed. I'm going to build my way up, and I'm going to have hard months, and I'm going to have hard times. I still slave to the dollar. I'm self-employed. I make more money when I work and I get things done. And yes, I can charge more money for my time and my crew and the people that I surround myself with because I pay for the insurance. I have all the tools. I have the knowledge that I've built up over the years of doing it. I mean, it's been 3 years now, completely no work for anybody else, myself only. Yet I still feel enslaved to money. And I don't see it getting better. I think that the more money you make, the more you can invest it in things that bring you finance, like financial stability. But yeah, money, they say money is the root of all evil. It really is. People are just so trapped in the mentality that this is how you're supposed to deal with money. The amount of people that have told me to save your money, buy a house, do this, invest your money. Everybody has an idea on what you should do with your money. My mentality with money is it's probably a bit naive. But the way I see money is that money is this ever-flowing, ever-exchanging currency. It's constantly being rotated around, and you might value $25 more than I value $25, and the next person might value $1 million less than I might value $1 million, because everybody has their own conceptualized opinion on how much money is worth and what it's worth to them, and how much, if I go spend a bunch of money, then I might feel bad about it, especially if it's not my money. If I'm going into debt to spend money on things that I don't need, then that's a trap right there. That's another trap. That's another way to get you with money. People living these luxurious lifestyles when they can't afford it. Everything that I do, almost 99% in the past year, has been off of my own money. Have I gotten into debt in the past? Sure, I have. Is it a good feeling to be in debt? No, it's not. What do I need to do to be more self-efficient? I need to be out of debt 100%. It's a trap. We get trapped in it. People get trapped in it. Many people are trapped in the trap of credit cards, loans, high interest payments on vehicles. If you can't afford the vehicle, don't drive the vehicle. If you're going in with a bad credit score, which credit scores are assigned to us, yeah, is this guy good at borrowing money and paying it back? Sure, you're good at borrowing money and paying it back until you can't fucking pay it back. And then what? You're stuck with a high interest rate and you're fucking paying money to somebody that doesn't care about you. They just loaned you money. Don't get into debt. It's easier said than done. So many people are in debt. I don't know the countless amounts of people that get into debt every day and are constantly making financial decisions that are out of their budget. I'm not guilt-free from it. No, I'm not an exception. Sure, there's things that I would love to get a new truck. I would love to. But realistically, do I want to get a new truck if it's going to put me into $30,000 worth of debt? Sure, I'd feel good getting into the truck. My business might look better because I drive a van. It's nothing special. It's a white van. But it gets the job done. And I'm able to live within my means, not have a car payment, fix that vehicle once in a while. I do all the work on it myself. People get into debt over so many things. I remember during COVID, I was doing some apartment maintenance down in the city, and there was a rent moratorium, so people did not have to pay rent for a while. I mean, I might be slightly uneducated in it because I wasn't renting properties at the time. I have no idea what people were going through. I was kind of detached from it. I was just a maintenance guy. But I saw everybody in this, quite frankly, shitty apartment building had BMWs, Escalades, really nice 2024, 2020, well, it was 2020, brand new luxury vehicles. Damn near everybody in that apartment building had those luxury vehicles, and I guarantee you either none of them owned them outright, or maybe some people did own them outright. But if you own a vehicle like that and you're not paying rent, I don't get that. That's a controversial perspective, but it's like, why did all these people get into debt? Well, we got pumped full of stimulus money, stimulated the economy. Prices on housing just jacked up. Everybody was living the life. It was like this falsity of like, this is what's going on. This is financial freedom right here. We have the best economy ever. And then what? We've watched it slowly dwindle in the past 4 years. Where is it going to go? I have no idea. I've seen the cryptocurrency markets just volatile as fuck right now. Up, down, up, down. Everybody's gambling with their money right now if you're doing crypto. We don't know that there's consistency with that. Stan Hess. Oh, it's my grandpa. I'm just going to take this call real quick. All right. Just went on a walk. Took a break because my phone was about to die. And I'm just kind of hopping back into this whole money rant. Stop chasing the false illusion of happiness. The false illusion of happiness. Everybody's like, if I had $1 million, if I had $1 million. Bro, I could have $1 million tomorrow, and if I'm not happy with myself in my current situation, then I am not happy. With $1 million, with $1 trillion, with $1 billion, sure, money does buy like certain things that make you happy. Like eventually I want a motorcycle. That's going to make me happy. Every time I hop on that motorcycle, that's going to make me happy. Is money going to buy it? Yes, money's going to buy it. Is money going to buy a vacation that I'm going on in a couple weeks? Yes, money's going to buy that. Am I going to be happy going on that vacation? Hell yeah. I'm changing my environment up. I'm going to see things that I want to see, do things that I want to do, spend some time in the sun. Money buys things, but it doesn't buy happiness. You have to be happy with yourself to be happy in general. I could be the most miserable person and I get $1 million and I'm still going to be a fucking miserable person. So many people are just like, well, just when I retire, I'm going to be the happiest dude alive. I'm not hating on people that choose careers. I respect the grind. I respect the hustle. There is security in it. But at the same time, it's not pushing comfort levels. It's not pushing you to go above and beyond and go do the next thing that you've always wanted to do or make the money that you always dreamed of. Like, I want to make a lot of money. Yes, I do. Do I want to sell my soul in the process? No. So many people sell their souls to the fucking company man. It's fucked. I'm not saying I'm fucking perfect, because I'm not. And if what you're doing right now is making you happy, keep doing it, because I'm not here to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. I'm just telling you, beware. Money is practically invaluable at this point. It's valuable because we could make it. Real estate's valuable right now. Real estate market's going crazy. It's a seller's market, not a buyer's market. Buying a home right now, the interest rates are fucked. You're fucked. Prices are high. Interest rates are fucked. Unless you could get a good flip house deal and you pay cash and it's as is and you pay 50% under market value right now, forget it. This housing market is going to rise. It's going to come back down. It's the cycle of life. It's the cycle of the stock markets, everything. Why am I so passionate about money? I don't know. I look at money as this thing. It literally passes through my fingertips constantly. I'm constantly bringing money in, letting money go. Bringing money in, letting money go. Over the years, I've experienced more money coming in and out because I'm experiencing more money coming in and out. Like, if I have more money coming in, I spend that money freely. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen in the fucking next 20 years. Can I set myself up for success? Yes. Will I purchase a property eventually? Yes. I rent right now. I'm content with it. I have a good space, a great landlord, a great price on my rent. Rent is unheard of. The cost of living is high. The amount of people that are in debt is tremendous. It's surpassing Great Depression numbers. What are we going to do about it? I don't know. What are we going to do about it? You, me, the next person. What are we going to do about money? How are we going to go about our day-to-day life that changes our perception of money? We're all a slave to it. We all are. We all work for it. Damn near every fucking person I know is a slave to money or business one way or the other. Would people sacrifice their health, their mental health, their physical health? Would people sacrifice those two things? Mental and physical health are the two most important things in life. Would people sacrifice that if there was no money? No. People would do what they wanted to do. Obviously, as a society, we have to grow. We have to continue to grow. We have to continue to evolve. But right now, we're working for something that's practically, like I said, it's at any point could become invaluable. We believe in it. We believe in the US dollar. That's what makes it valuable. We believe that in Social Security. We believe in 401ks. We believe in our stock market, in our economy. I'm not saying I'm a pro-capitalist person. I like the idea of capitalism. I like the idea of being able to go out and make as much money as you fucking can. I'm not suggesting socialism. Am I open to discussing a conversation down the road with somebody that's pro-socialism? Sure. Am I? Yes. I believe in the freedom of business. If you build a business great enough to make large amounts of revenue, good for you. I'm proud of you. If you've done that already, I'm proud of you. If you're aspiring to do that, I'm proud of you. I want people to grow. I want people to learn and understand how money works. I want that. Money is, but you got to keep in mind, you can't fall into that falsity of happiness, of one day I'm going to retire and be happy. One day I'm going to get my 401k and be happy. Like, I'm barely skating by right now, but that's okay. Because I've got this credit card and I'm going to go buy this and do this on this credit card and do this. I'm going to get this loan. That's going to make me happy. People are constantly looking, what's going to make me happy? You're going to make yourself happy. Nobody else is going to make you happy. Money's not going to make you happy. Sex isn't going to make you happy. Food isn't going to make you happy. Sure, things do produce happy chemicals. Purchasing something, for me, if I buy something, I feel so fucking good. I'm like, yes, I just bought this. And it feels good, right? Because you see this money come, you're like, you earn this money, you have it. To me, it feels fake. I don't know about you guys, but if I bring in a bunch of money, it's just like, okay, what next? What's the point of money in the bank? What's the point of saving money? Investing money is great. If you can throw money in cryptocurrency, sweet. If you can throw money in real estate, awesome. Like, in a good truck, if you can buy a truck outright, I'm not saying don't get a nice truck. Even if you're doing the whole credit game, the real estate game, the credit, I mean, it's deep. It runs deep. If you're able to leverage properties against other properties and make money doing so, and get bigger and bigger and bigger properties and properly manage your money in order to not fuck yourself over in the end, amazing. Like, I'd love to do that. I'm not saying all debt's bad. There's good debt. But I'm saying the type of debt that the average person is in right now is fucked. Sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes you need fucking groceries. What are you going to do? You're going to go use your credit card because you need some goddamn fucking groceries. Do I blame you for that? No. This is society. This is the way it's been set up. But could you be doing something different to affect your financial situation a little bit differently? Yes, you can. You can always do something to do something, to do something, to do something, to do something. You could always change your situation. You're never stuck. Only person that chooses to be stuck is yourself. I choose to be stuck in habits. I'm not perfect. I fucking have habits that my last video I recorded fucking 9 months ago. I had all these lists, this whole dream of like what I was going to do. What am I going to do with my next fucking 12 months? How am I going to change my life for the better? That's a whole different debate. How am I going to change my life for the better? Right now, all I can do is just keep building the business that I've started. I can be a better boyfriend to my girlfriend. I can be more intentful with conversations with other people. I could be a better son, a better brother. I could let things bother me less. I have a tendency of like overthinking things. When things are on my chest, I need to talk about them to somebody. And that's my own personal things that I need to work through. Like there's a million things. I could be better with my money. Everybody could be better with our money. But if we're going back to the root of everything, is that this money is fictitious. So what does better with money mean? Would you rather have a stack of $100 bills or some assets or tools or equipment or things that like help you make money, like physical things that you can hold and know that they're worth something, that you could trade them? My services, I can trade if needed. If money was to fail, I could go fix people's houses in exchange for food, water, gold, firearms, trees. Yeah, trees, I need lumber. I need to build a house. Let me fix your house so I can, in exchange for whatever you're willing to offer me. Yes, I would still name my price. It doesn't change. The only thing that changes is tangible things. Tangible versus something that's solely given power because we choose to give it power. It's just crazy. I mean, like, the amount of people that just slave away their entire lives, working constantly, hours and hours on end, waking up early, going to bed late, working double shifts for a fucking paycheck, running themselves into the ground. It's sad. But it's easy to fall into the system, isn't it? It's easy to fucking accept that comfort. It's easy to accept what society's laid out for us. This is the right path. You go to school, you go to high school, you get your high school diploma, and then you get your or if you drop out, you get your GED. Then you go to college and you learn and you learn and you spend another 4 years on top of the 12 years of education you've already learned to learn something else, to get a career doing something that you're probably going to fucking hate. To what? Make $150,000, $100,000, $60,000 a year? They don't teach us finances. They don't teach us how to manage our money. At least I never was taught how to manage my money. Unless you go for financial advisor or something. I don't know. Like, I was never taught money skills. Like, everybody has their idea of what money skills is. Joplin, this is what you need to do with your money. This is how you should spend your money. Fuck you guys. Fuck everybody. I'm going to spend my money the way I want to spend my money. Because at the end of the day, I know that at any point it could be worth nothing. So what do I have? The experiences that I've bought, the equipment that I have, maybe the real estate I invest in. Anything tangible is what you have if money went to shit. I'm not saying money's going to go to shit. I'm just saying that it's this falsity, it's this reality of that money is the hero. Money is going to save the day. If I had some more money. I hate that victim mentality too, where it's like, oh, if I had some more money, man, my reality sucks because I don't have money. No. Your reality doesn't suck because you don't have money. I was never, I wouldn't say that I have, I've lived a privileged life, right? I've eaten good food. I have good parents. I've always had clothes on my back, a roof over my head. But when I moved out from my parents' house, it was just me versus the world. I had nothing. I'm not saying that I'm in a better... Well, I am. I'm in a pretty damn fucking good position. And I made that reality for myself. I could very easily be in a million different realities, but instead I chose to try to just break away from the system. Once I tried to break away from the system, I slowly start doing a little thing here, doing a little something there, trying to build up my customer bases, having good relations with my neighbors, doing right by people. Doing good things for people has brought me more in my life so far than anything I've ever done. If you do something kind for somebody, if you help somebody out, if you spread love, if you treat people with respect, I'm a cocky young man. Look at me. I'm a fucking cocky young man. I am. I know that. I could always do better. We can all do better. We can all talk to each other about these things. There's not enough vulnerability. There's not enough communication. Pride and ego get in the way. They always do. Especially with men. I can't tell you how many men I've had ego battles with over nothing. Over fucking nothing. Because I'm too proud to admit that I was wrong. Well, guess what? I'm wrong all the time. You're wrong all the time. We're all wrong at some point in our life. And at some point in our life, we've chosen to believe that even though we're wrong, nah, that's not the way it goes. Joplin, you're not fucking wrong. You're not wrong, Joplin. How could you be wrong in this situation? He's the asshole. He's the piece of shit. This is what's going on. These people are at fault. I just have to accept that I can be wrong. I'm going off on a tangent here. I don't know. You guys probably didn't even make it to this point. If you made it to this point, thanks for listening. I had facts and things prepared. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I could go through some shit right now, but it doesn't matter. This is just my perspective on things. That's just point blank and simple. I mean, you could disagree, you could agree. It doesn't matter. I don't really think I'm right necessarily. I don't think I'm wrong. I'm just trying to share a perspective I have. And I think a lot of these videos are just going to be me just fucking pissed and just talking about something, ranting. I'm not here to tell you I'm right, you're wrong, you're a piece of shit for this, you're wrong for that. I don't have it figured out. I'm young. I'm still figuring it out. By talking to the camera, to everybody that's watching this, I'm actively figuring out what I stand by. My opinions shift constantly. I hope in the future my opinions will shift on camera. I want to speak to people about things. I want to talk to people. I want to interview people. I want to hear what people have to say about things. But one thing I think a lot of people can agree on is that money rules life. Money, at the end of the day, is a deciding factor for a lot of things in a lot of people's lives. Why? Why does it have to be that way? It could be different. Maybe we aren't able to. Maybe we aren't able to function without money. Maybe money is the only way society can remain organized and fair. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's fairness. Does money provide fairness for people? Does money provide equality for people, or does it suppress people more? Does it divide people more? Does it make people angry at their neighbor? Does it make people angry at their family? Does it make people jealous, envious? Money causes all of these emotions. These emotions are not, I guess they could be of good or evil. I don't know what you believe. I'm not going to sit here and say that they aren't good, but they surely aren't encouraging or growth. They aren't encouraging of growth with humanity. They aren't encouraging us to be better people to each other. I don't believe that everybody should get free shit. I don't think government housing is the answer. I don't really know about healthcare. I'd love to sit down with somebody that's more educated on healthcare on both sides. I think socialism has its glory, its glamour. If you look at it, it's shiny, somewhat attractive. Do I think it's the right way, though? No, I don't. I think capitalism is good. I think it provides freedom, and we want freedom. Everybody wants, all of us want freedom. We all want to be able to do what we want to do and be able to succeed if we work hard at it. That's the best part about capitalism, is you can work hard. You can build a business. You can work every day, save up your money, invest it into a business, and break away from the cycle of go to college, get a degree, get a job, work the rest of your fucking life, the glory years of your life, for fucking some douchebag that will replace you in 2 fucking seconds. It's like, give your boss a 2 weeks heads up before you quit. Fuck that. You think they're going to give you a 2 weeks heads up before they fire you? No. 90% of the time, no. They're just going to fucking fire you, and you're going to have to figure it the fuck out. That's the brutal reality of the world. Nobody's watching out for you besides yourself and maybe a couple people in your life. Nobody's watching out for you. It's a big shark tank, and something's just waiting to eat you up. Anyways, thanks for listening. I don't know. Subscribe if you want some more videos like this, and we're just going to keep pumping them out. And yeah, shout out everybody. Just keep loving each other. Fucking love each other. Be nice to each other. Be kind. All right, peace.